Moneyball is a strategy in the sport of baseball, or more like a tactic to use stats and data graphs to pick players out, looking all over the world in terms of scouting to find the best talents that the big leagues have not found in order to gain a competitive advantage. And in the Premier League, Brentford are a team that have tried to deploy this strategy, as they try to seek players out all around the world who are young and upcoming to gain an advantage in the Premier League by going for players not heard of before. And today we're going to carry that on as we take control of Brentford, and we're unable to sign from the major leagues. We have to sell our best player each season for profit, and we somehow still have to go and win the Champions League trophy. As yes people, welcome a Brentford save. I've really looked forward to this. A team I've always liked watching because of how they've just done their business. At first glance you might say, well, they've just gone a bit Danish and gone all over. But no, that would be wrong. They've been really careful with their business. As let's be honest, players like Mbeumo, had you heard of him before he went to Brentford? I'd probably think not, and still he's only 24. So Brentford have done well with business. You can see not many old players. As when we flick to youngsters, you can see it's a very young squad. And their latest signing, yes, only on loan, Michael Kiyode is another example of a youngster. And there's another rule here. As you saw the first two rules in the intro, but the next one, we cannot sign a player in the team higher rated than the player currently in that position, to make it a little bit harder in this extremely specific transfer challenge. For example, if we want another centre-back, we can't get a player higher rated than Collins. And each season, we're going to check who the highest rated player is, and we have to sell them the season after because clubs need profit from this tactic, as Mbeumo at the moment will be the player to go. But we don't need to replace him yet. I think the main position we have to focus on, well, would be left back. But I do want to change the tactics or the formation. And this is weird, but I am going to ignore our fullbacks and go for this formation because Aya can play at centre-back. Then we've got loads of wingers at the club, including Wissa, Mbeumo, and this man, Igar Thiago, who is only 23-year-old, our main striker, and I think in real life he's been injured since the start of the season. Bad injury. And he came in to replace Ivan Toney, as I am going to change some positions around. Make sure we fit this tactic, as Lewis Potter, he's only 23 as well. So a very young squad here, but despite that, I'm not using the academy. I want to go to them niche leagues, and I want to sign some very niche players. And that requires the whole budget of £46 million, which isn't much money at all, but in this style, we don't need much money. We just need to be savvy with business. We need to find some niche players. And I think first season, I am going to go for a centre-back over Pinnock now in the lineup. However, Collins is the lowest rated. So like I said, we have to sign under 76 rated if we are to sign, as I also would like another keeper to replace Flecken, as we've got a lot of young players who are a bit low rated, but could actually make it good, like Gustavo Nunes. He's going on the loan list. Konak, the Turkishman. Kim Ji-soo, the Korean player, and Yeho Yarmouk, all from different nationalities. Showing the detail of this strategy, we don't actually have a spending budget. We just can't sign from the major leagues. And the first one, Argentina, there has to be talent here, but is there talent in a defensive position? Usually their best players are the attacking ones in South America. And I mean, there's this man, might not fit into the squad immediately. Left-footed, bit pricey for the Argentine league, but I'm going to leave him just for now, as I'm going to search for a keeper. Maybe I see another centre-back. We need to be lower rated than 78 because that's what Mark Flecken is. And I think this man is just perfect. He's literally one rating lower. Konstantinos Zoulakis, we have used him in our Olympiacos save. Might not be happy with less game time season 1, but these two players, both only 21, both will grow and maybe under 20 million altogether, but I think I'm off because this man's cost 8 million and Zolaki's 25, so it did take up a big chunk of the budget. Who looks like he's forced his way in, because this is the team we spent all our budget. Make that one change and Zolakis is into the squad, 82 rated. He is the highest rated behind Mbeumo, 86. And that's a little bit of a shame, you know. Never done more position swaps in my life within the team, and he is running out of contract, and he is going onto the transfer list. But with him being 86, our second best, where is it? On the wing is Fabio Carvalho, who only is 77 rated. So next year, instead of signing someone potentially an 85 rating, we'll have to go lower than 77, meaning 76. If we do want a right winger, as Zolakis was the second best, Norgard, like I said, I did do a lot of position swaps. He's gone to an 81 rating as Mbeumo was our top scorer, then Igor Thiago, also Mikkel Damsgaard. The best hairline in English football, sorry to throw him under the bus, as these are our loan players as well. We got loaning a lot out, and Yama looks done decent. Maybe gets his way towards the squad next year, as that's a decent finish. With only 380 plus rated, we do go ahead and finish 7th, which could be Conference League football, as Arsenal win the FA Cup and Liverpool win the Carabao, so I think that's European guaranteed. I'd love to be in this competition, plus all of these clubs currently in it, and definitely clubs we could sign from, because these are all over the world in the minor leagues, or like I said, not the major ones like the Prem, La Liga, Serie A. We've got to keep shopping niche, and we won't have Mbeumo next year, so it might seem easier, but we're getting rid of our best player, so I'm going to need you to push that like button to give us some luck. Also on the road to 50k subscribers, as here's our loan boys. Back this season, we've got Roslev, Onyeka, Vlad Marson looks a decent keeper. Never really heard of him from Iceland. Good pull though, as then we can add to our decent bench. Maybe another striker, definitely another right midfielder. Once Mbeumo's gone, as in the team, maybe a younger midfielder. That is our oldest position, 29-year-old, 27. Pinnock at the back, well, we can replace him for Norgard now, and Gomez will improve. I really do like our team. Growing at the same rating, so no one's just shooting up apart from Mbeumo and leaving us in the dust, has £80 million to spend. That's before we sell our best player as well as the Conference League. We have got into it and we're expected to win the cup. But of course, before that, Mbeumo out the door, please. Get our money in early doors. A 75 plus, João Felix. Obviously couldn't accept that, but a bid came in seconds after. From Spurs, another London rival, but 140 mil. If only we could sign anyone, but unfortunately not how it works. So Lakis, our best player, I don't fancy losing our keeper. So players have got to grow, and we've got to go for that midfield, as I really did enjoy checking the rest of the world. You've got players from all over. There is no age objective, although this man's 22, the same age as me, Martin Batruina. I've been told I actually look like him. Is that true? I don't know. But anyway, I'm definitely going to be signing him. Oh, actually, no, I can't. 80 rated. What am I doing, Max? You're an idiot. You're forgetting your objectives. They have to be lower than 78. And this is where this challenge really gets hard. So instead, a little lower rated, but Susic from the same club as Batruina, and then from the same club as Tolakis. Muzakitis, who I don't think will play for the starting year, but he's only 18. And if we could get him on the loan list, we've got ourselves a really good player, as now Thiago is our best, and he is from Brazil. We do need another attacker, and I'd love to just sign Hendrick, but he's at Real Madrid, of course. He's really hyped up, so he's not joining our club. Instead, someone like Felipe Augusto, 21, in the Pro League, a league that's not technically one of the big ones, but I think deserves more recognition. So when he comes, does the Brazilian, but he won't be alone, as welcome Gabriel Silva, a Brazilian playing at Santa Clara. A player that was on the border, because Santa Clara is in the Liga NOS, but no one knew about that, so 189 million still saved. That gets us another 7th place finish, Manchester United. That's the first time in ages I've actually seen them up in the league, and only 4 defeats. But no real improvement, as Fulham go and win the FA Cup, which might mean we are out of the Conference League, because they might take our spot. If I'm thinking correctly, as Wolves go and win the Carabao as well. Hopefully we've won the Conference League already ourselves, but which player are we losing? Because one will go this season, and these are the ratings. Right, they've improved. We've got Janelt and Susic, who's grown to an 83. Felipe Augusto and Silva on the bench, done pretty well, but it's our goalkeeper, Zolakis, 86 rated, who's the best, meaning we will lose him and we can't get a player under 86. He has to be sold immediately as we've got a load of good ratings, and we have to get a player lower than Flecken. So 80 rated, meaning a huge downgrading goal, which is not what we want when challenging in Europe. However, at least our attacker's still good. We've got Thiago scoring 30, hopefully giving us luck in the Conference League, as we did finish 7th automatically through, to then beat Wolfsberger 3-2. However, lose in the quarters to Lech Poznan, who I am definitely going to be checking, as 176 million this season. The Moneyball approach must be working, because the board have took some money offers, meaning the Brentford hierarchy are profiting off this business model. And that actually isn't a bad thing, but we have gone backwards. No continental. Footballers Zalaki straight on the transfer list, and we need a keeper pretty soon, because Flecken might go down in his rating due to him getting old. At least we have improved the team overall. This season, maybe another right mid, or definitely, I should say, a midfielder. Susic is 83 rated, so he can maybe go for Batruina, and also on the bench, I would like another striker. Maybe not get caught up on Brazilians, because that Brazilian wasn't very good. And we loaned a lot of players out last year, so here they are back. We've got Gustavo Nunez at only 20, 73 rated. Not bad at all, but then Muzakatis is definitely bench worthy. And also the Ukrainian Yarmolenko, definitely shining through, as I want to see the players that beat us 5-4 in the Conference League. Are they any good? Well, no. How did these score 5 goals against us without any decent players? And that's not meant to be a jibe. As first things first, before we make any signings, Zalakis is out the club, and this is definitely working as a tactic. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a new career mode, because this has made us a lot of money. Signing from the unknown leagues. I want to go to an unknown league again, a different one this time. I actually want to explore the Polish league, see if there's anything worthwhile there, and I have found something. Krzysztof Bach, a 20-year-old, very young goalkeeper, who hopefully is the next Szczesny, and he's obviously lower rated than Flecken, as I gave him a crucial role, so hopefully he sticks in that lineup. As now my favourite part, midfielders and attackers again. As we don't want to be in the Conference League next year, we want to skip that to the Champions League. So bin off Batruina, he is yesterday's news. We've got Sudakov, who maybe isn't a good centre mid, but if we could play him as a winger, hopefully this man can put us in Europe, because he has a lot of potential. As the midfielder that I want, well, I'm going to go back to Brentford's Danish roots for Kajgaard. Yes, again, hopefully puts us in Europe. And it's only took me 3 seasons to decide, hey, we need some coaches, because we've always got enough money. But will that money equal results now? Or are we just profiting for the big boys upstairs, the owners of the club, as this is the team we have? And I was really worried Thiago was the highest rated, but it is Fabio Carvalho we will be selling next year. So again, it's our winger. We have Silva, we have Damsgaard available. Also Rico Henry, who was an 82 at the left-hand side, but the rest of the team, at least, that, to me, is Champions League worthy. If it gets playing right as Sudakov, I did make a right mid, but the Ukrainian at right wing at 24 can increase further, I believe anyway. And then a 21-year-old Brazilian winger and a 73 goalkeeper at Doncaster in League 2. Improvements, that's all we can say, as this striker hasn't played much in real life for Brentford, the Bees, but 27 goals a game. For Igor Thiago, 4 goals less than Erling Haaland, 2 goals more than Vlahovic, and Darwin Núñez, one of the top scorers. An example of how good the strategy of Moneyball can be, because that's how Brentford found Igor, and look where he's got them to in the league. Only 3 draws, joint second place, 11 defeats is a lot, but 24 wins puts Brentford into the Champions League. And out of the 7th place hole, as I haven't been showing you where we've actually finished, you can see, rather disappointingly, round of 16 lost to Fulham. And in a season we don't have the Conference League, we really needed a cup run, but a quarter-final exit of the Carabao to Sunderland. Champions League status, eh? This is absolutely brilliant. But hey, we started a week into the window because I've gone and sold our best player immediately, Carvalho, because I knew we would sell for a lot, to Chelsea, as our budget is 490 million. Making money is fun, but winning the UCL should be more fun, as Sudakov. Oh, I really thought he'd change his rating on the right-hand side, but at least we can just sign someone like 84 rated to come in on this right-hand side, as that is the priority position. Then I do rate back in the goal. He's had extreme growth, but he could be better, along with our 3 central defenders, because we definitely need another one for the bench. Ayer is now on his own, and he's increased. Now I've made him a centre-back, but we need another centre-back in, and also maybe another striker. I had so much hope on Felipe Augusto, and I tell you, Moneyball is a good tactic, but it doesn't always go right. Take Damsgaard, for example. No offence to him, but in his first season at Brentford in real life, he majorly struggled. And now he started to play well. There's no age limit to our players, as the MLS has some good both youngsters and older veterans. Hiding to be signed as Miggy Almiron's over there. Same with Dennis Bouanga. He was really good a couple of FIFAs ago. However, these are the 2 I've found, and I do want to sign more just than these 2. Kevin Denke we've got to pay a release clause for, and Gabriel Peck over at LA Galaxy. Can this man be the Brazilian we wanted when we did sign Augusto? And Gabriel Silva, as this man's cost a little bit as well. In the Moneyball tactic, you usually wouldn't use this much cash on a few players. But let's not forget, we passed signing youngsters. We need to go for the Champions League. And we are selling our best player. We haven't signed anyone over the current ratings in the squad, so a last look for a keeper / centre mid, and then we definitely need a centre back, and I think I know where to find one. Over in the Pro League. I do want to get it right this time. The business, that is, as I did see Omeragic. Perfect from the bench, an in-game face, and not much business. A lot of money spent, but I'm going to trust these 3 players to continue to grow, as he's only got a place on the bench next to Ayer, and next to our biggest disappointment. Sorry to all my Greek fans, but Mouzakitis, I really haven't grown well. And probably haven't said his name right, as this is what our team looks like. So if we haven't won the UCL, our main striker, Igor Thiago, will be gone, and he's got one of the best ratings in the club. I really love these ratings as well. Look, man, we should be winning the UCL easily with these players, as have our new signings been good? Yes, they have, because Peck's got 24, Sudakov still kind of new, but it's Igor we've got to hang on to. As you can see, this year he's the 4th top scorer. But some weird things on this last. Mamouche at Brighton, Gyökeres Newcastle, as the Geordies will have Isak and Gyökeres up front. However, they do finish 7th. That's above Man United, Arsenal and Liverpool. As we finish top of the league, it is a Premier League victory alongside Brighton, who also are a Moneyball team. They've signed players on statistics, sold them on for profit, and this save shows it works, as that is amazing for the B clubs of the Premier League. And by B clubs, I mean the begin with B, as put that trophy in the cabinet. Tried to make that rhyme, as another B team, Bournemouth, win the FA Cup. We lost to them in the quarters, no disappointment in that really. And the Carabao to Liverpool, narrowly lost, so yeah, not disappointed. Middlesbrough actually beat them as well in the final, as look at this, the Champions League could be better. Really bad goal scoring wise, which is a surprise with Thiago, and we must have been winning 2-0 to lose in the playoff round to Leverkusen. Really disappointing, because our squad is absolutely amazing, almost a few 90 rateds, but we lose Thiago. We need to replace him pretty urgently. And this is a disaster more than I actually thought going into the new season. I got 90 rated, transfer listed, signed a new contract, so we should make more money on him, but that's not the biggest shame. The other best striker is Kevin Denke at 27-year-old, and he is 81 rated, so we can't sign anyone over 80, and we are in a position with this squad to go for the Champions League. So this is the play I'm going to make. We do have Thiago with 90 shooting at the side of him, Sudakov 88. A huge risk, but if we try and make him the striker, it takes 37 weeks and his stats look very decent for it. Both-footed, and despite having 2 right-hand-sided players, it would allow us to get someone under 85 rated behind Peck. For the right-hand side, because money won't be the issue, and it's only a -1. For now, as I'd like another midfielder, probably bench-worthy. Because let's not lie, our first-team squad is absolutely godly, but one thing we definitely need, Flecken has now left, so a goalkeeper behind back. As money won't be an issue, like I said, this man getting sold to Liverpool for almost 200 million, and that is him becoming the new Firmino. Unfortunately, strengthening a league rival, but really good for our bank account. Or owner's bank account, as it's made us now 500+ million after contract, so we must be one of the richest clubs in the world right now. So let's finally go and show it, as I have built a huge repertoire of players, all from lower leagues, and I've tried to stick to the likes of the Swiss League, the Swedish League, but sometimes there weren't good players like there is in the Scottish one, with Arnie Engels joining from Celtic like Aya did a few seasons ago, and I feel like I just want to make one signing from Scotland, as we're still outside of the top 5 leagues but moving towards the better ones, as I had a plan to get a Belgium in to go behind Sudakov, but unfortunately we cannot get Johan Bakayoko anymore because he is not under Peck's rating of 86. Sudakov's going to be our striker, so I am not counting him as a winger right now. We need someone lower rated, and maybe Konstantelias. If you've watched this channel a while, you know my Greek love goes far. So this man I'm going to try and change to a right mid or a right winger. As then for backup keeper, the final thing we needed, we've gone for Beavers, an American playing over in the Danish leagues. So we got our niche signing in there. 78 rated is good enough for a backup on that bench, which looks pretty decent, but let's look at the first team. Okay, so Konstantelias hasn't played. We haven't had our luck with Greek players, but Sudakov, a 95 striker, almost 2 90 rated wingers. Van der Berg's come on, who was here at the start, Susic, Lewis Potter and Gomez. I could just stop and name everyone, as the top scorer is the turn striker, and Susic with 24, Peck with 22, and us with still almost 500 million in our bank account. For the final time today, I'm going to say the owners must be absolutely loving this, and the Moneyball tactic seems to work. If you do want to see this in another video, let me know in the comments below, as we don't win the title this year, but Brighton have fallen off. We have stayed, and we were 2 points off Liverpool, who I just remembered then, hence the stutter, just signed our striker. If we were able to keep him, we might have won it, as we were hammered by Bournemouth. That's probably when Sudakov wasn't ready as a striker, but no excuses for Crawley. In the FA Cup, as in the Carabao, a semi, losing on penalties. Can't take any malice in that. And Brighton are at least here, showing Moneyball does work. Brentford and Brighton going to the top of European football, as we do beat Benfica 4-1. Brighton, oh dear, they were knocked out by AC Milan. As we then got Monaco finished top unbeaten and beat them, to get Real Madrid beating them 1-0, and there's a surprise for the Bucks. Not only us reaching the final, but maybe Stuttgart are trying Moneyball too, because they've got themselves towards the UCL. And this is increasingly more of a common thing, a final at Schalke Stadium, which is in Germany, where Stuttgart will have experience here. Didn't want to check their team, but Glauc, he's a good player behind Darwin Núñez with a chance early on. A good tackle for the ball to fall to back. And if I'm not wrong, Darwin Núñez did score a few late goals this season against Brentford, so hopefully he doesn't do the same here, as Sucic jogging slightly slowly into Peck. We've definitely got to play out wide here with 4 players out wide, as that's a ball towards the back stick. Trying to get onto the end of it as Gabriel Silva. I did swap Konstantelias out. I do need the fitness in the team. And this is a decent run by this man, the Brazilian. Links up with the fellow Brazilian. We've definitely shopped in South America, as hopefully a chance right here. He just needs to keep on running. I'm glad I put him back in the team, as if he shoots, he had a chance. And wins a corner, as I apologise once again if this triggers people. I always go for the same tactic. Lewis Potter towards the back stick. It was Kajgaard who got his head on it. Can we get it down and keep this move alive? Not really, but we get the ball back, and Kajgaard through the middle. It's Peck. Peck spins out, he shoots, and again an easy save. In what is a very fast-paced game. Do not lose the ball in the defence. It's Van der Berg who does it. gives the ball to Ben Seguir. Oh, that is shameful. A really costly mistake from a day one player. Our Dutchman at the back. First time having a mistake like that in a while in these finals. We have up the difficulty, please. Sudakov, get us level. So close as now second half. Not just getting the ball through there. We've just got to stay calm. It's an error. That's all they've got. They haven't been a better team at all, but it hasn't been all us as well. It's been a bit of an even game. We need better passing than that right now. Really trying to concentrate as Gabriel Silva brings the ball away into Sutic. Now Kajgaard, if he can find his winger again, that's a brilliant ball out wide. Gabriel Silva has to jog it in. If he could score this time on the angle, it is another save. When he really should be scoring as Van der Berg tackles his old teammate Nunes. I don't know if they played together, but that is a good interception right there. And Lewis Potter jogs aside. This is very, very good football. We just need a goal at the end of it. And Sudakov, if he's onside here, he's put it in the side netting. That is how you play back to front. A tackle from Van der Berg, and he's made up for his mistake. Fantastic. How far does the replay go? Only one pass included. Susic inside. And that is a side net finish. Telling me we have enough quality to win this game. And Gabriel Silva, I am going to stay on attacking. We definitely could do this. And now Sudakov, if it's not handball, sweet turn, sweet finish. It's turned around just like that. Oh my days, I am getting excited. This is some game, and that is just a little dink. I thought it was handled. Really good footwork, and puts it in the same place again. Unreal, absolutely unreal. So now they've got to try and attack us. And I tell you what, I'm staying on attacking because it's been really good since we actually changed to this. Don't know if it's changed our formation as Sudakov on the edge of the box. He's going to power one through. I thought that was handled this time by them, as now they're the ones chasing the game. Probably the final attack right here. And Nunes, we had to watch him. Van der Berg does like he did for the first goal. And that is the game. What a comeback. Not only in the second half, but in the last 30 minutes of the game. Brentford get the Champions League in extra fantastic style. With goals in the 77th minute and also the 81st. It's going to be Nathan Collins, a day one player, an Irish player, lifting the UCL. Don't know if that's happened before. Roy Keane maybe, but I don't know if he was captain. Apologies on my knowledge. My knowledge is in Moneyball. As if you want this to be done with another save, let me know and click here for more videos.